Before you send that text tonight, before you fall asleep thinking about them, before you make any promises this December, I need you to hear this story. My grandmother told me this tale on a December evening just like this one, and I truly wish someone had told me sooner. Because what happened to Amara and Kofi in my village didn't just change their lives, it changed how everyone understood love, timing, and the dangerous magic of December romance. This isn't just another love story. This is a warning wrapped in wisdom passed down through 7 generations in my family. And if your heart is racing for someone right now, if you're thinking about taking that leap, making that confession, or believing that this December will be different, then this story is for you. So settle in. Turn off your distractions, because the next 23 minutes might save your heart from a pain that my people have known for centuries. This is the story of Amara and Kofi. 2 hearts, 1 December, and the lesson that changed everything. December in my village isn't like December anywhere else in the world. While the rest of the world prepares for winter, we welcome the harmattan, a dry, dusty wind that blows from the Sahara, turning our skies hazy and our sunsets golden. The old people say the harmattan doesn't just bring dust, it brings forgetfulness. It makes people see things that aren't quite real. And most dangerously, it makes people fall in love. Amara had just returned home after 5 years in the city. She was 24, educated, ambitious, with a job offer waiting for her in January that would take her even further away, to Europe this time. She had come home for December to see her aging mother, to remember her roots before she planted new ones in foreign soil. She wasn't looking for love. In fact, she had promised herself she wouldn't let anything or anyone distract her from her plans. But then there was Kofi. Kofi was the village golden boy, 27 years old, a successful farmer who had turned his father's small plot into the most profitable cashew farm in 3 districts. Everyone respected him. The elders sought his opinion, young men wanted to learn from him, and every mother in the village had tried to match him with their daughters. But Kofi had always said no. He was married to his work, he'd say, with that easy smile of his. There would be time for love later. Until he saw Amara. It was December 3rd. The village square was buzzing with preparations for the annual harvest festival. Amara was helping her mother arrange fabrics at their stall when a commotion broke out near the well. A child had dropped a bucket deep into the water, and it had gotten stuck. Kofi, passing by with a load of cashews on his shoulder, didn't hesitate. He set down his burden, removed his shirt in one smooth motion, and descended into the well. 3 minutes later, he emerged, wet, smiling, bucket in hand, his dark skin glistening in that hazy December sun. And Amara felt something she had never felt before. It wasn't just attraction. It was recognition. Like her soul had been waiting for this exact moment, this exact person. Their eyes met across the square. Kofi froze mid-step. The bucket slipped from his fingers. Now, if you've ever experienced that moment, that lightning strike of connection with someone, you know there's no logic to it. No reason, no explanation. It just is. Kofi walked over to where Amara stood. He didn't plan it. His feet just carried him there. "I'm Kofi," he said, though everyone knew who he was. "I'm Amara," she replied, though he already knew. He had heard she was back. The whole village had been talking about Daniel's daughter who had made it in the city. "I know this will sound strange," Kofi said, and his voice had a tremor in it that his voice never had. "I feel like I've been waiting to meet you my entire life." "I feel it too," Amara said. And just like that, in the golden dust of a December afternoon, 2 lives collided. What followed was the kind of romance that people write songs about. That December became a dream neither of them wanted to wake up from. Kofi would finish work on his farm and go straight to Amara's house. They would sit under the mango tree in her mother's compound, talking until the mosquitoes drove them inside. They talked about everything. His dreams of expanding his farm into an agricultural cooperative that would employ half the village. Her dreams of working in international development, bringing resources back to places like their village. "We want the same things," Kofi would say, his hand finding his in the darkness. "Maybe our paths are meant to merge," Amara would whisper back.
On December 10th, Kofi took Amara to his cashew farm. He showed her the trees he had planted, the irrigation system he had designed himself, the small processing facility he was building. His eyes shone as he talked about the future. "This could be ours," he said, suddenly turning to her. "I know we've only known each other a week, but Amara, I've never been more certain of anything in my life. Stay, build this with me. We could change everything for this village." Amara's heart swelled. In that moment, under the December sun, with dust dancing in the air around them, she could see it. She could see herself here, by his side, building something meaningful together. "I have a job offer," she said softly. "In Belgium. I'm supposed to start in January." "Turn it down," Kofi said, and there was urgency in his voice now. "How many job offers will you get in your life? Dozens? Hundreds? But this," he gestured between them, "this is once in a lifetime, Amara. You feel it too, I know you do." She did feel it. God, she felt it so deeply, it scared her. On December 15th, Kofi's mother invited Amara to dinner. It was significant, a statement to the whole village. Kofi's mother had never invited any woman to their family table before. "My son is different since he met you," she said, serving Amara the best pieces of meat. "In 27 years, I've never seen him like this. Distracted, always smiling, talking about marriage and children when he used to say such things were far away." "Mama," Kofi said, embarrassed but pleased.
"It's true," his mother insisted. Then she turned to Amara with serious eyes. "The harmattan does strange things to the heart, child. But what I see in my son's eyes, that's not harmattan magic. That's real." Amara wanted to believe her. On December 20th, Kofi proposed. Not with a ring, they weren't ready for that yet, but with words, with promises. Under the same mango tree where they had spent so many evenings, he took both her hands and said, "Amara, I know this is fast. I know people will say we're crazy, but I also know that I want to wake up next to you every morning for the rest of my life. I know I want to build a family with you. I know that everything I'm working toward only makes sense if you're there to share it with. Stay, please, be my wife. Let's start the new year as partners in everything." Amara's mother had been watching from the window. She came out then, her face unreadable. "Mama," Amara said, tears in her eyes, "he wants to marry me." Her mother looked at Kofi, then at her daughter, then back at Kofi. "Young man, do you know what month this is?" "December, Mama," Kofi said, confused by the question. "And do you know what December does to people in this village?" Kofi frowned. "Mama, I don't understand." "Come inside," Amara's mother said firmly. "Both of you. There's something you need to hear." Inside the small house, lit by a single kerosene lamp, Amara's mother settled into her chair. The lines on her face seemed deeper in the lamplight, carved by years of wisdom and pain. "Sit," she commanded, and they sat. "Amara," she began, looking at her daughter, "I never told you about your father and me, did I? How we came to be?" Amara shook her head. Her father had died when she was 6. Her mother rarely spoke of him. "We met in December 8th, 26 years ago. And from that day until December 31st, we were inseparable. He promised me the world. He said he had been waiting for me all his life. He wanted to marry me immediately. His love was consuming, all-encompassing. I had never felt anything like it." She paused, her eyes distant with memory. "On January 2nd, he came to my house. He looked confused, uncomfortable. He said he needed to talk to me, and this man who 3 days earlier had been planning our wedding, looked at me and said, 'I think I made a mistake. I think I got caught up in something. I care about you, but I don't think I love you the way I thought I did.'" Amara gasped. "Papa said that?" "Your father was a good man. That's why he came back. That's why 3 months later, after the harmattan had truly passed and he could see clearly, he came back and courted me properly, slowly, carefully. And we built something real that lasted until the day he died." She turned to Kofi now. "Young man, I see the way you look at my daughter. I believe you believe everything you're saying. But December in this village,
It's been doing this for generations. The elders call it December madness. The harmattan wind, the holiday spirit, the end of the year, the feeling that time is running out, it all combines into something that makes people mistake intensity for intimacy, passion for permanence. "Mama, with respect," Kofi said, his voice tight. "What Amara and I have is different. I've lived here all my life. I've seen December come and go. I've never felt anything like this before." "No one ever does," Amara's mother said sadly. "That's the trick of it. It always feels unique, always feels destined, always feels like the exception." She stood and went to a wooden chest in the corner. From it, she pulled out an old, worn notebook. "This," she said, "is a record kept by the women of this village for 60 years. Every December engagement, every December promise, every December certainty." She opened it, running her finger down the pages. December 1985, 3 engagements, all broken by February. December 1992, 5 proposals. 1 marriage survived, 4 ended before the year was out. December 2003, 8 couples swore eternal love. By March, 6 had separated. December 2015, "Enough," Kofi interrupted, standing abruptly. "You're trying to curse us with statistics. You're trying to kill something beautiful before it has a chance to bloom." "I'm trying to save you both from heartache," Amara's mother said firmly. "If what you have is real, truly real, it will survive January, it will survive February, it will survive the harmattan leaving and reality setting in." "What are you saying?" Amara asked, her voice small. "I'm saying wait," her mother said. "Court each other properly. Take your time. Amara, go to Belgium. Start your job. If this love is real, it will survive distance. It will survive time. And Kofi, if you truly love my daughter, you'll want what's best for her, even if that means letting her pursue her dreams." "What's best for her is being with me," Kofi said, but his voice had lost its certainty. "How do you know?" Amara's mother challenged. "You've known her for 17 days. In those 17 days, you've been intoxicated by December. But do you know her fears, her flaws, what she's like when she's angry, when she's depressed, when she's at her worst? Do you know if you can weather storms together, or have you only danced together in sunshine?"
The room fell silent. Amara was crying quietly. Kofi stood frozen, his fists clenched. "I need air," he said finally, and walked out into the December night. Amara found Kofi an hour later, sitting by the river that ran along the edge of the village. The December moon was full, turning the water silver. She sat beside him without speaking. Finally, Kofi said, "Do you believe her? Do you think this is just December madness?" "I don't know," Amara admitted. "When I'm with you, it feels so real. But she made me think, what if we're caught in something we don't understand? What if we're making life-changing decisions based on feelings that won't last?" "What if they do last?" Kofi countered. "What if we let fear rob us of something real?" They sat in silence, listening to the water flow. "I have an idea," Amara said finally. "What if we do what she suggests? I go to Belgium, start my job, and you keep building your farm, your dreams. We give ourselves space, real space. No daily calls, no messages. We let the harmattan pass. We let January and February and March come. And then what?" Kofi asked. "Then, if we still feel this way, if you still want me and I still want you, we'll know it's real. We'll know it survived the test." Kofi turned to look at her, agony in his eyes. "And if the distance kills it, if absence doesn't make the heart grow fonder, if we lose what we have right now, then maybe," Amara said softly, "we never really had it at all." Kofi stood, walked to the water's edge. For a long time, he was silent. Then, "My father once told me that the difference between a boy and a man is that a boy takes what he wants when he wants it, but a man does what's right, even when it hurts." I've been acting like a boy, Amara, asking you to give up your dreams for mine, pushing you to make permanent decisions based on feelings that won't last. He turned to face her. Go to Belgium, chase your dreams, and I'll be here, building mine. And if in 6 months or a year we still feel this pull, then we'll know. We'll truly know. Amara stood, went to him, wrapped her arms around him. They held each other by the December river, both crying, both hurting, both hoping. 3 days later, on December 28th, Amara left for the airport. Kofi came to say goodbye. They held hands in her mother's compound one last time. Thank you, Amara whispered, for loving me enough to let me go. Thank you, Kofi replied, for showing me what real love looks like, putting someone else's dreams before your own desires. That was 4 months ago. I know what you're wondering. Did they make it? Did their love survive? The truth is, I don't know yet. December is coming again, and perhaps we'll find out. But here's what I do know. Amara is thriving in Belgium. She's doing work she loves, meeting people from around the world, growing in ways she never would have if she'd stayed. Kofi's farm cooperative has launched. He's employed 47 people from the village. He's building the legacy he dreamed of. And they both learned something more valuable than whether or not they end up together. That love, real love, doesn't require you to abandon yourself. Real love doesn't demand immediate answers. Real love doesn't fear time or distance or reality. Real love, if it's truly real, can wait. So before you fall in love this December, before you make promises in the Harmattan haze, before you mistake the magic of the moment for the meaning of forever, remember Amara and Kofi. Remember that the most beautiful love stories aren't the ones that burn brightest fastest. They're the ones that prove they can burn slow and steady through every season. December will test your heart. It will make you feel things intensely. It will make everything seem urgent, destined, meant to be. But January will come. February will come. Reality will come. And the question is, will your love still be standing when the Harmattan winds fade? Wait, build, grow, test, and if it's real, truly real, it will survive. That's the lesson my grandmother taught me. That's the wisdom of my village. That's what I needed to tell you before you fall in love this December. Now go, live your life, chase your dreams, and if love finds you along the way, let it prove itself worthy of you. This is the way of our people. This is the wisdom of the elders. This is your warning wrapped in love.